Welcome back, everybody, to Wager Talk TV. It is Friday, August the 28th, and we have some college football for you. As I'm going to be previewing two games between North Carolina versus TCU, I should say, and also Sacramento State at Eastern Michigan. Will North Carolina be able to turn things around under second-year head coach Bill Belichick? Will they be able to revenge last year's humiliating defeat against TCU? Or will the TCU Horned Frogs make the transition with a new offensive coordinator as well as a new quarterback? And also Sacramento State, how will they fare in their first game as an FBS team against an Eastern Michigan squad that probably will be hard-pressed to make a bowl game this year? But they are playing in their season opener, and they do hold an experience edge. Will that be enough? I have those answers and much more coming up very shortly. Real quickly, folks, if you have not subscribed to Wager Talk TV, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. You're obviously watching because you love sports betting, or you like sports betting, or you have an interest in sports betting. Whatever the reason may be, hit that subscribe button. And also, after you do so, hit that alert notification bell for Wager Talk TV as well, and you'll be notified immediately upon any of our great content going up on our great channel. Be kind enough to give today's video a like for me, folks. Just a small token of appreciation for the work, time, and effort I put into bringing you a quality free pick video each and every time I appear here on Wager Talk TV. And by the way, folks, also remember my new show that I'm hosting with fellow handicappers Sean Higgs and Jesse Shule. It's called The Winner's Circle. We dropped our first episode yesterday at Wager Talk TV, and you can get that by going to the Wager Talk TV homepage, and or else go to my personal link over at Wager Talk TV, which is wt.buzz/Ross TV. wt.buzz/Ross TV. Looking forward to that show this year. Let us know how you feel. Give us a like, and we appreciate all your support. Let us know who you like on Saturday, August the 29th in college football. Leave your pick or picks in the comments section, and your participation is more than welcomed. All right, so North Carolina at TCU. This game goes at noon Eastern time. It'll be played in Dublin, Ireland, which seems to be an annual game in week 0 every year, being played in Dublin. And this year it's North Carolina and TCU. And the TCU Horned Frogs opened as a 6.5-point favorite and a total of 50.5. However, those numbers have changed a bit as TCU is now anywhere from an 8.5 to 9.5-point favorite. And the total has dropped all the way down to 46.5. Last year, these teams met in the season opener as well. And as I alluded to at the top, it was a humiliating loss for North Carolina as they dropped that game 48-14, failing to cover as a 3.5-point underdog. However, the quarterback for TCU last year was Josh Hoover, who had a tremendous game in that season opener against North Carolina. But he transferred to Indiana, the defending national champion, to play this season. And they're bringing in a new quarterback from the FCS level. Former Harvard quarterback Jaden Craig will be under center as their starter. And before you undersell the fact that this quarterback played at Harvard in the Ivy League, don't undersell him, is what I'm trying to tell you, because he put up great numbers over the last 2 years over in Harvard, having passed for 5,299 yards, 48 touchdowns against only 10 interceptions. He's got 11 career rushing TDs. Not only good statistics, but good size as well, and good mobility. I mean, he weighs in at 225 pounds on a 6'3" frame. So excited to see Jaden Craig and how he does in his FBS debut after dominating at the FCS level. TCU will have a new offensive coordinator as well in Gordon Samus. He comes in after serving as the offensive coordinator at UConn last year, And that was a UConn offense, I should say, that averaged 35.3 points per game. So he has a very good track history. And it's interesting to see how this dynamic will develop between a new offensive coordinator and a new quarterback. However, I think TCU brings back enough experience and has enough playmakers on both sides of the ball to make a serious run at the Big 12 title this year. New head coach or offensive coordinator, I should say, for second-year head coach Bill Belichick. It'll be veteran Bobby Petrino coming in. And for those of you familiar with Petrino, he has a tremendous reputation as an offensive coordinator, not a very good one as a head coach. But in prior stops, in his first year taking over as offensive coordinator at a new school, his teams have averaged 4 points or more better per game than they did the season before, based on the fact that North Carolina was absolutely anemic offensively. It won't take much to reach that plateau of averaging 4 points or more at his new school now, North Carolina. This is a North Carolina team last year, just 3-8 against FBS competition, and their 3 wins came against Syracuse, Stanford, and Charlotte. Those 3 teams went 6-28 straight up last year against FBS opponents. So it's not like they beat quality teams last year, and I still think that TCU is a superior team in this matchup in light of all this being considered. And I like TCU here. I'm going to lay the 8.5 over North Carolina in a game played in Dublin, Ireland. Next game, Sacramento State making their FBS debut as an FBS team, I should say. And they'll travel to Eastern Michigan and play in their initial MAC game as an FBS opponent, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern Michigan opened as an 8-point favorite, the total 52.5, and now that number is up to 9.5, and the total went up a point at 53.5. This will be Sacramento State's first year, as I alluded to, as an FBS team. And here's the thing with Sacramento State. They're behind the 8 ball. It's going to be a tough year for them. There's no two ways about it. This is a team that got invited to the MAC and accepted after the transfer portal expired. So they don't bring any transfers in. They were prepared to play FCS football this year. So we're looking at a team that basically has an FCS roster. And not only that, a first-year head coach in Alonzo Carter. And Carter was, he was a high school head coach. He was a head coach at the junior college level where he had some success there. And then he spent the last 8+ years as a running backs coach at San Jose State. And I forget where he was last year. But anyway, this would be his first head coaching job for an FBS program. And boy, oh boy, he takes over a really, really tough situation to come into. Eastern Michigan head coaching and coaching staff has a lot of continuity, led by head coach Chris Creighton, and fifth-year quarterback Noah Kim returns. And this is a guy who produced pretty good for Eastern Michigan last year, throwing for 2,811 yards and 18 touchdowns. Eastern Michigan also returns 3 of their top 4 pass catchers. And again, Eastern Michigan, when I look at this roster, and make my prediction as far as how they'll do in the MAC, they're going to be middle of the road at best in the MAC and very hard pressed to reach 6 wins and qualify for a bowl game. So, but in this situation against a team that, again, just accepted a MAC invite and became an FBS team in February after the transfer portal and basically playing against a Division II roster, an FCS roster, a new head coach and new coaching staff, and very little returning players that produced last year. Eastern Michigan for me here, folks, -9.5 over Sacramento State. So repeating again, I like the TCU Horned Frogs is a 8.5-point favorite at North Carolina. And I also like the Eastern Michigan Eagles, I believe they are, -9.5 at home against Sacramento State. So those are my two free picks in college football for August the 29th. Again, don't forget to tune in on a weekly basis, as we'll be doing a NFL and college football show called the Winner's Circle. For those of you who remember, we were on another network a couple years ago, and then me and Jesse went to Wager Talk, and we were exclusive there, so we couldn't continue that show. But we finally convinced our video team to give us an opportunity to renew and rejoin as a team here on the Winner's Circle, and we're certainly thankful for that opportunity. Don't forget, folks, college football gets underway tomorrow, and college football over the last 3 seasons for me has been very good. By the way, tomorrow I have a 4% top play winner in college football, and you could get that right now for just $25 at my personal link, wt.buzz/RB. Folks, over the last 3 seasons in college football, 182, 120, 60.3 win percentage. And last year, I had the best year out of the 3 years, as I went 53-31, 63.1%, and made 75.99 units in net profit. And that includes going 13-3 with my college football 5% best bets last year. So take advantage of this offer, $5.99. It will get you the entirety of the college football regular season, the college football conference championship games, bowl games, playoffs, and right through the national championship game for $5.99. Anything I put out as far as college football premium picks for the entirety of the season, right through the national championship game, including 5% best bets, just $5.99. Another great special that's a real hot seller right now, and there's no surprise as to why. I am pairing up with Ben Burns, my fellow Wager Talk sports betting expert, and Ben was number 1 in the NFL, over the last 3 seasons, making over 144 units in net profit. And then you have me over the last 3 college football seasons that made, like I alluded to before, over 155 units in net profit. Between the two of us, if you count Ben's NFL over the last 3 seasons and my college football over the last 3 seasons, we made a combined 300.83 units. And folks, if you're a $100 a unit player, that amounts to a net profit of over $30,000 with my college football and Ben's NFL over the last 3 seasons. You can get our combination package, Ben's NFL and my college football, right through the national championship game, right through the Super Bowl, and all 5% best bets included for just $8.99. So take advantage of that offer as well. Not only if you look at this, my college football is $5.99 for the year. For another $300, you're going to get Ben's NFL as well. So until the next time, for Ross the Boss Benjamin and Wager Talk TV, take care and God bless, folks.